Alright, so I want to show you how to use the text mockup in Photoshop. So I'm going to be using this very mockup, so you drag the mockup there. Now observe that it didn't carry a background, but that's not how it is normally. It's because I accidentally saved it this way the first time I used it. So if you will observe, you'll notice that the text, different words there. This one is saying strength, while the actual one is a different word, right? So that clearly shows that it has been updated. So before we proceed with this main one, let me show you another one. We're going to use another PSD, the one that will come with a background, so you can just get acquainted with the whole process, how to remove the background before we get back to using that other one. So observing the layer panel, you see that if you want to identify a smart object, it must carry that small tiny box inside. So you're going to double click it and it's going to take you to the fuller page. So all you need to do now is to hide or delete any of these folders that you don't want. For example, the text folder. Now this text is not the main text, it's those text at the top and at the bottom there, and when you scroll down you see background, so you deactivate it as well, so your text your text effect can be transparent, right, not having any background. So that was what I did for the other one. So let's continue the work. Now this is very important. Whenever you are using mockup, always look for the place. That's after double clicking the smart object icon. Always look for the place that they will tell you, like a text saying place your design here. Just like in this case it says place your design, so you're going to double click that. So after double clicking, allow the page to load, and after that you're going to see where to change your design. In this case, where to change your text design, because there are different type of mockups. There are book mockups, CD mockups, whatever kind of mockups, product mockups. So but this is text mockup, right? So in this case we are just going to change the text, but in other type of mockups, making some videos on that anyways, what you will be placing here will be your design, like your own design, not a text. So if you want to change your font, just go to the character panel here, and if you know the name of the font, just type it, delete the first one there. That is, for example, now it's showing Aton, just delete that and just type. Or if you don't know a particular font to use, you just want to scroll down, you can then click on the arrow key to start scrolling down, but the fastest way is just typing, right? Next thing to do, and very important, is to update your work by pressing Ctrl S. If you don't do that before leaving this page, it will not update like this. So you can just click on the X before leaving the page to remove it, or you can just leave directly, but clicking on the S is better. Now that's pretty much everything you need to know for the basic aspect anyways, but if you want to go for the advanced method, like adjusting the already made effects, as FX, it's all FX, like changing the color to your own preferred color, like adjusting what they have already done. But if you want to pretty much work with what they have already done, you don't need to do all this. So for this tutorial, we'll be adjusting the border color. So make sure the layer is selected, that very layer. You right click and go to blending options, right, and then we're going to select color overlay. So there are a lot of color overlays here. That's because I created those ones, so yours may not look like this, is fine. Let me even delete themselves so it looks like how it would be, and of course so you can know how to delete them yourself. And if you want to reset it to the default, you just need to click on reset to default. Alright, as mentioned earlier, I said go to color overlay, so you just activate your color overlay and just go to the place that you see that square with color. Initially you saw the way it looks when you restore to default, so you're just going to click on that place and select your preferred color. So yours won't be showing pink, like so I told you I already used it, right? So just change the color to whatever you want, something that matches your design, right, and you're good to go. And notice the blend mode I use here is multiply, right? So you can change it to whatever works for you. So for the color, I'm going with purple. Let's click OK. And increase the opacity if you want to. Press OK. And also, in case you're having issues with the color overlay showing, all you just need to do is to click on the plus there and it will add another one. So in case it's not showing, just do this. So in case you want to see the effect you just added, if you look now, you're seeing color overlay there. So if we hide it, you see the before, and enable it, you see the after. Now if you look, you're going to see effect above the color overlay. So effects, that covers all the effects you added. So if you added multiple effects, you can just use that master button to turn everything off, right? But if you want to do it individually, you have to turn them off individually. And notice we didn't expand the border layer where you see border 1, border 2, border 3 and so on before adding the color overlay. That will take time, so we just had to select the group folder on the FX at the extreme right, so you're going to see the effect. So remember I said that before leaving a page you have to update it by pressing Ctrl+S, because if you come to the main design page without doing that, it won't reflect, the update won't reflect. So you always have to update your work by pressing Ctrl+S before switching to your main page. So you see that it will change now, the update you have made will reflect. Very, very important, so keep that in mind. So all you need to do now is just position the text wherever you want it to be, of course the right place. Now if you notice, it's having like green shadow here, and we don't want that, so we just have to go to that page, open the smart object, you know the drill. So but in this case we are not using border, we are going to look for the place called shadow, so which is this. So first open the folder, expand the folder, then expand the FX effect. So you see a lot of drop shadows, there are about 4 of them, and just follow this process. Before I talk about that, let me quickly say this. Now when you go to FX, when you right click that FX, you are going to see the particular effect that was applied there. So this is very, very important. In this case, it was drop shadow that was applied. And the first method to adjust the drop shadow, just double click and change the color. You have to do this for each of them. Now regarding the color, you can simply just use black, or to make it even more cool, you can use the dark hue, the dark part of the color we use for the border. The second method, which is faster, instead of having to click on each of those drop shadow, you can just turn off theirs and create yours. Just create a new drop shadow like this. Okay, the effect we added just now isn't showing because I earlier turned off the effect master button instead of the individual drop shadow layer, so take note of that. Remember, before leaving the page, Ctrl+S to update your work, right? And that's it. And of course, if you want to scale the text, if you want to resize the text, whether enlarge it or decrease it, your choice. All you just need to do is to enable the transform, Ctrl+T to enable the transform tool, and then drag from the corner, and that is all. Enjoy.